Government should have got some flats, you know.
They build, yeah, the flats.
That lighten the spice. But this one I could feel on my lips, like really tingling.
Johnny cake.
Eyes are starting to tear.
I see it.
I just feel like 3 gray hairs came in.
Yeah.
But I'm hanging. I'm hanging.
I'm a hot one. Soy caliente. Are you a hot one? Muy caliente.
Welcome to Season 3 of Hot Ones Caribbean Edition USVI. I'm your host, Julius Jackson. Today I'm joined by the man himself, Joseph Boschulte, Commissioner of the United States Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, the title sponsor of this season of Hot Ones Caribbean. Joe Boschulte's track record in business precedes his Commissioner of Tourism appointment, having successfully served in executive management positions across several sectors in the USVI and the mainland, including the University of the Virgin Islands and the role of Vice President at Bank of America Securities. The former Chief Financial Officer for the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority is a Master of Business Administration, known for enhancing organizational performance and growth wherever he goes. Commissioner Boschulte, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Julius. Happy to be here.
Man. Yes, glad to see you.
At least right now I'm happy. I don't know how I'll be at the end, but I'm happy now.
Yes. So I heard you like pepper. You know, you eat it quite often. You could handle a good pepper sauce.
I can.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can.
You
So
can
I'm
handle
looking
one.
forward to it. I've had a few of these before.
Yes.
But not under this kind of pressure. So
Okay.
I'll see how it is.
No man, we like keeping it light, you know.
Good.
You know. But you do have some things to live up to. All right. We had some guests on, and some people are expecting the commissioner to do well. So
All right.
you want it? You ready?
We ready. I'm ready.
All right.
Let's make it happen.
All right, man. Well, let's dive into it. We have our first sauce here, a Pirate Gang. This is a St. Thomas sauce. It's called Ghost Ship, made with ghost peppers. That's the play on ghost peppers. Very delicious. It's pineapple. It has a good sweet pineapple flavor. Yeah.
You
right
think if
at
you
home.
shake it up, it gets less hot?
No.
It doesn't.
No,
Okay.
that actually
Just checking.
might activate. That actually might activate the pepper. But yeah, let's shake it up. We can put a little dab on the board and then on our chicken and have a nice taste. I really love this sauce. Actually, it's now in my home. It's delicious, yummy. You see? Yeah. I was just looking. Check it.
Yeah, you check it, man. It's
All right,
change
let's enjoy.
complexion.
Pineapple comes
Did you
on.
make these wings?
No, I did not. These wings were actually made by Seaside Catering.
Oh,
Really good, right?
Yeah, they're good.
Delicious. Which also they made the Johnny cakes as well. Really good food. Shout out Seaside. You guys doing a good job.
This is good.
Delicious sauce, right? Nice pineapple flavor. You get the ghost pepper.
Let me put a little man.
The ghost pepper comes on nicely at the end. Not too harsh, but it comes right in. A little heat.
It's good. Nice flavor. Nice. I can taste the pineapple undertone. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorites. I love it. Yeah, delicious.
Very nice. So that's it. We done?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay.
All right. This first question. First wing, first sauce, first question. So, your job as tourism commissioner, which is extremely demanding, involves developing strategies and partnerships to promote the beautiful destination we call our home, which has blossomed over the past few decades. You know, things have really started to take off. Growing up in St. Thomas, what some of your earliest things that you remember loving about the Virgin Islands?
A great question. I think growing up in St. Thomas,
Yes.
one of my most vivid memories over the years has always been seeing the cruise ships come into the harbor. So as long as I can remember, driving to school
Right.
in the mornings, was always looking down to see how many cruise ships were in and how many cruise ships were there in the afternoons and in the evening. And then now to fast forward to where we are in 2023, when you reflect back to how small the ships were back then and how big they are now. And some of those days, I don't know, Julie, if you can remember when we would have 10 and 11 ships in the harbor.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, with 4 ships, it might be the same amount of people that were in the island and with all those ships back then. I think the other thing that's always been on my mind, especially now I'm in the job, and when we do formal analysis on tourism, is the number one attraction on all 3 islands is still the beaches. So people love the beaches and they love the water. But Caribbean has a lot of pretty beaches and water. But I think what differentiates us most is our people and the ability to go out and have people genuinely welcome you to the islands. And from way back then, I was fortunate enough, my grandmother, Leona Bryant, was one of the first tourism leaders for the territory. So I actually grew up in tourism, so to speak. And I have that to look back on. And now as we move into 2024 coming up, I think the territory, like you said, continues to grow. So kudos to all that came before me. Beverly Nicholson Doty, Pat Richards, and we could go down the line, have all done great jobs of building our product. And I think hands down, we could compete against anyone.
All right, awesome. Well, let's move on to sauce number 2. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Another St. Thomas sauce. Angie's. This is a young lady who I know actually. She went to the university. She created this recipe herself. Really delicious, organic, as you can see. Hot peppers, vinegar, garlic, salt, and mustard. This has a mustard end. Really delicious. It's got a good little heat to it too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Smells hot.
Yeah. All right, on the wing and on the board. Shout out to Angie.
I'll save my shout out till after I taste it.
Let's do it. That kick right at the beginning. You know why?
Different taste in the first one.
Different pepper. And she uses Scotch bonnet in hers. And so the ghost pepper is not as high on the Scoville level.
You're definitely a different flavor. Taste a little bit of the mustard.
That mustard comes through nicely.
Taste the mustard. It's good.
Very good balance. Very balanced flavor.
Good job, Angie.
Well, Dave. Shout out right there. You got it. Yeah, very good.
I gotta make sure I was coached that you don't put the paper towel that you rub your hands on to your eyes.
No, don't.
You put it on the mouth.
Yeah, keep that one. Yeah,
and
make
we put
sure.
the nice, pretty division of festivals.
Yes, shout out.
As we do.
Shout out. Division of Festivals, Division of Tourism. Also providing us with some awesome cups, which holding our milk, which we should not be touching these till maybe later, or maybe not at all.
Well, you the coach. You tell me.
You know what I mean? Maybe not at all.
All right, we're gonna see.
Yeah. The name of your great-grandmother and mother, right? Bertha C. Boschulte and Lorna Bryan, as you mentioned earlier. Leona Bryan, yes. Are synonymous with outstanding public service in the Virgin Islands. Tell me a bit about the lessons you've learned from them that contributed to the career success we see of you today.
Yeah, well, first, Bertha Boschulte was like a cousin, but she was older, and she actually served like more to my father.
Yes, correct. Okay, yes.
Than me. But I knew her coming up through the time, and some of the wisdom she shared with him, he shared with me.
Wow.
I know Leona Bryant much closer, and God bless her, she's still alive and kicking at 94.
Right.
Still doing wonderful things. But what I learned throughout the whole process of people that came up and did great things, not only for our family, but for the territory, was when you decide to make a commitment to public service, many times you sacrifice things you could do with your own family to make sure you do things for the greater good. And I think the satisfaction comes from when you see that the place where you live, and in our case the territory, is better off because of our efforts on a whole, versus if we weren't able to give back things. And I'm not talking about me individual, I'm talking about the great public services that have come through across the years. I think secondly, whenever I hear people talk about Bertha Boschulte School, right? And, I always got a little kick because I say Joe Boschulte, they say Bertha Boschulte. I say, you spell the same name, same stuff, right? So where I am right now as Commissioner of Tourism is almost testament to the guidance I got from my grandmother Leona Bryant over the years, and her passion for tourism. Because if you ask me, years ago when I got a business degree, if I was ever going to be in tourism or marketing, I would tell you, I was a high finance person. But through the evolution of time and somehow every day when I go to work, I hear her messages in my head about the territory and why it's important and why you always have to smile and why you always have to welcome people. Because if you're in tourism, and Julius, you work with us, you've been an ambassador, you've done things with us, you know the importance of something as simple and we take for granted every day is smiling. I mean, you could put a change in somebody's day just by smiling at them and welcoming them. And I remember every day when I go out and do this job.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by the U.S. Virgin Islands.
All right, number 3, sauce number 3. This is David's Been Here hot sauce. David's a awesome, cool cat. It's my boy. Now my new homies. Hopefully we'll travel together. He created this sauce. Very delicious. He partnered with Suyam. This is apple cider vinegar. It's a pineapple as well as guava. I really like that mix. Such a nice balanced sauce. Very delicious. He used the riri peppers in this sauce. Really good. Really good.
100% vegan.
Yes. And they say it's good to chug. Yeah.
You want to test?
It's no. I will not test, but I've heard and seen. It's good to chug. So let's you can put a little bit on there. You can put a good amount
on this.
Yeah, why not? You just put it in, That flavor you get at the beginning. Delicious, man. Really good.
Yeah, you can taste the fruit in it more.
The guava.
Yeah, different,
right?
Not what I was expecting, but different.
Yes,
definitely you could taste the fruit in it. And it doesn't hit you right away. It hits you like after a little bit. It kind of eases up on you.
It's slower. Yeah, similar to the ghost pepper.
Kind of tricks you into eating more, and then you feel
it. Correct. So yeah, that delicious, right? And as you know, David was here for 24 hours. He stopped in with us, did his episode. We had a great episode. He chugged this sauce, like I said. Spent 24 hours here in St. Croix and did all the sites. He went to the pigs, went to a bunch of local restaurants, and he's an amazing travel blogger. Really good. I'm getting him to come to St. Thomas, do it with me as well. Great sauce. Keep up the content. It's amazing. So lovely. All right, you ready for the next question? Question 3? All right. Your career history shows you've served at executive management levels across a wide range of sectors. More importantly, with a track record of improving organizational performance and growth. USVI recent tourism success is proof of that. Your work ethic has been amazing for years in all the other organizations you've been a part of. What led you, though, to the tourism industry?
Yeah, I think when I was CFO at WAPA, back under Governor DeYoung's time, and Hugo Hodge was the head, I received a call from a board member at the West Indian Company Limited.
Right.
And they were looking for a successor to Mr. Ed Thomas.
Right.
And we had some conversations around it. I had not been in the space before, but I knew of it clearly as a Virgin Island, tourism. And then, had some more conversations with members of the board about the opportunity and what they were looking for. Went through the interview process and then was selected. And then, that was the pivoting of my career from high finance and finance type stuff into marketing and tourism and hospitality directly, because when I jumped into WICO, 90% of the WICO business is cruise.
It's cruise line, yeah.
And so everything was there, then jumped in and started building great relationships with all of the cruise executives. Of course, you can't have the cruise side without the local side. So the excursion companies, the taxi drivers, of course, all the bars and the restaurants and beaches that people go to. So throughout the time, it was almost like a natural evolution into the tourism leadership space, because in order to have the conversations with the cruise executives, you had to know the product.
Yes, yes. All right, so our next sauce, you ready?
Yeah.
We have another classic, right? Miss Anna's.
I remember Miss Anna's.
Miss Anna's. I've had this on my table as a childhood. My dad used to use it. It was too hot for me at that time. But no, this is one of the only sauces that has curry actually in there. Yes, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Until I tasted it, I started.
I went a little aggressive there. I
No.
went aggressive.
No, on the show, if that happens, you have to spin the wing in it. It's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I didn't see you pour none yet.
No, not yet. No,
What are you waiting on?
I'm still appreciating the bottle. But yeah, this is made with habanero peppers. Miss Anne is with habaneros. Yes, delicious sauce. I'm not gonna match your.
You sure?
I'm not. Just take a little, little spin. There you go.
I like Miss Anna's.
That curry?
Good taste it.
Delicious. Those different.
Miss Anna's brings back memories. I
endings.
haven't had Miss Anna's in several years. I still remember it.
Delicious. Okay, next question.
Huh.
You spent a lot of time talking about the beauty and richness of travel to the USVI. I wonder sometimes how much Joseph gets to experience these things himself. So, as a St. Thomas man, what does it mean for Joe Boschulte to live naturally in rhythm?
It means a lot, right? Because, at the end of the day, I'm born and bred Virgin Islander.
Yes.
Born in St. Thomas, raised in St. Thomas. So every time I move around and see where we bring millions of people a year, but it's home, right?
Yes.
So I was flying back last week, and somebody says, "Well, you think you're going to the beach?" I said, to be honest with you, I don't think I've been in the beach water itself in a couple years.
Wow.
I said, I've been to the beach,
right?
Actually, to go in the water.
And
I said, I haven't, and it's kind of
wow.
Something that you take for granted, haven't seen it and done it.
Yeah.
But people at the VI, be comforted that I don't go on a beach any place else either. so I just don't go in the beach, but I've been on the water and been in the water if I go out on the water on a boat.
Okay.
So moving around. And of course, there's nothing like the 3 festivals we have. That's always like, our grand scope family reunion for every island, right? People come back, you see people you haven't seen for months.
Yes.
Even though you live on the same island.
Yep.
You just don't see people.
No.
But when you have Carnival or Cruise and Christmas Festival or the St. John celebration, and it doesn't make a difference which island you're on. You're going to see people from all 3 islands at all of these events, and you run into them and you have conversations. So.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by VIA. This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by My Brother's Workshop, tools that build hope.
All right, here's a familiar, sauce.
Yep.
The award-winning Alvin's. I've seen Alvin's all my life. It's everywhere. Delicious, lovely. He's from Trinidad, but he's grown up here in St. Croix actually, and mastered his recipe here. So very delicious. Won so many awards. He's Scotch bonnet heavy, which I love a good Scotch bonnet pepper. I cook with it a lot, so that's traditional. But he also has papaya in this mix. Is the yellow mix. Yeah, delicious. Let's dive in.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Alvin. Yeah, that's the number 4. She hot.
Alvin's hot.
But so delicious.
For me. I use Alvin's a lot.
Yeah. This is kind of one of your go-to. Yeah.
Yeah, Alvin's is good.
Catch him in.
What I was? What?
Catch him.
Have the milk. Don't be a brave soldier. Have the milk.
Oh, no milk. Come on, bro. Okay. Take it easy, Commish.
Okay, just check it.
It just, hit me a little.
No, Alvin's it keeps on keeping. Like now,
It stays,
it's
yeah.
keeping. I can taste it, feel it.
Yeah, the Scotch bonnet is one of the highest on.
Oh, so the cat's bonnet is what it is keeping it. Because I feel it, the tongue, lip, everything right now.
Yeah.
So
one of the highest peppers on the Scoville level. Scoville measures the heat of a pepper, and it's up there. Yeah.
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 Might have went a little heavy on my Alvin, so I can taste it now.
Yeah. I seen a little glistening.
Yeah, a little bit. Makeup.
All right. Awesome. Next question. You've been leading the change on some exciting developments, especially for hot ones like me, right? Alexandra Swain, Aaliyah Boston, right? All our athletes, our pro athletes. Your department is investing into sports tourism marketing right now, and it's a great look for the territory. Tell us more about the long-term vision with that strategy and the potential benefits it has for USVI athletes.
Yeah, I think, well, first and foremost, we want to celebrate our athletes.
Yes.
What they continue to do. You,
Right.
Swain, Boston.
Yes.
In terms of what they have done, right? Because you didn't get to be where you were in your career. They didn't get to be where they were in their careers, being professionals without commitment. And it's not only the commitment from you as the athlete, but the commitment from your family, right? To commit and stay, and the early morning trainings, the late night, the diet, the whole nine. And I think that is strong. And then the second part for us as a tourism authority is, well, not only do we appreciate the athletes, but there are people out in the world that appreciate the athletes. And as importantly, they have a platform to help us have more people learn about the territory.
Right.
So throughout the conversations with Swain, for example, who is a lady golfer, plays on the European LPGA.
Yes.
Hopefully she makes it to the LPGA. She had a great run in the Pan Am Games recently.
Yes, I saw her.
In South America. And she brands USVI, and she moves around with her USVI bag. And of course, Aaliyah Boston, I was the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, and the Rookie of the Year, unanimous Rookie of the Year for the WNBA.
Yes.
And so she has an agreement with tourism to go out and market and share.
Yes.
And then there's also something that you know a lot about, Julius, that we continue to gravitate to, is the realities of reaching potential travelers under 30. The means that they're different, right? So they go on social media, they use digital streaming versus watching traditional cable.
All right, so we are now on sauce number 6, special sauce, the House of Tempo sauce. HOT.
That logo look familiar.
Yeah. Yes, I use this sauce in my segment Ask a Chef. Really delicious. Yes. Balanced.
This is my first time having
it. Look like festival. It look like carnival.
It look hot.
Bright color.
It look hot.
It look hot. No, beautiful sauce. Made in Trinidad. Lovely. Yes.
Smell heat.
And look out for this in a store near you. All right, store near you.
All right, I'm gonna do one of your little
chaba on the wing.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Since this is the tempo sauce, let's do a double dip.
Okay.
Cool? Let's
I've been doing double triples all day.
I know this. But I'm gonna do this one with you though.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this one with you.
All right, let's test it out.
All right, we dip our wing in there. Let's do a double dab. Yes.
Get a double dab.
Let's see. Yeah, them Trinidad's got nice
something.
bowls.
They know how to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to do something. Yeah.
Good, vibrant flavor. Yeah, really good. Okay, next question. Accurate representation and promotion of the United States Virgin Islands has always been a Tempo priority. You've worked with Frederick and have been familiar with the network for several years now. Tell me about your experience working with Tempo and the potential for future collaborations with the brand that's, of course, strategically positioned throughout the region.
Yeah, happy to have this opportunity to work with Frederick and Tempo again.
Yes.
When he came on the scene back, I guess, in 2005, 2006.
Yes.
It was a breath of fresh air for us, people of the Caribbean diaspora.
Yes.
So of course it was dibbling and dabbling of different genres across the U.S., but there wasn't a full-fledged commitment at that time to actually see the product. We could always hear it, but I think Tempo brought the opportunity for us to see as well as hear, and then it gave us another opportunity to help raise the profile of calypso and soca.
Yes.
Reggae was doing really good.
Correct.
Dancehall was strong, but I think with the inception of Tempo, I think that provided a leg up to that particular soca or calypso genre. And I think to some smart young person coming, they should do a little research on the correlation of Tempo coming around and the rise of soca and calypso, internationally. Of course, in Trinidad, it's always been a strong genre, but I think across the Caribbean on a whole, it did. And when I reflect back to participating with UVI and Tempo in some of the Tempo concerts that happened in the territory, I remember some of the artists that came out that were close to the Tempo brand. And I think now, as we move into this iteration of Tempo, particularly being driven by the adaptations that the Tempo organization is making in terms of content, i.e. where we are, as well as the platform medium to get and reach people in today's environment, i.e. the Tempo Plus app, is huge.
Yes.
And I think for us as a destination, clearly we want to be a part of anything hot that's not only hot in the way that there's a trend and a vibe around it, but also a good strong foundation behind it.
Yes. That's
vested in succeeding for all the right reasons. I think we find that, and I give kudos to Frederick Morton and his team for the years and the commitment. I'm sure he's been through times like all of us where you restart, you take a look, you assess, but you never quit. And then we're here today. So I'm happy that we have the opportunity to partner again, this time with the USVI Tourism and Division of Festivals in the next iteration. And of course, today's a special one because I get to be a hot one and I'm testing my appetite and my tolerance as we move through. So definitely big shout out to Tempo, respect.
Shout out Tempo.
And we're here as you make this next step in the journey.
Yes. And hair filming in the birthplace, right?
In the birthplace.
Yes.
On St. Croix. Yes.
Super exciting. Awesome, man. All right.
And now it's time for the Hot Kitchen. Ask a Chef with Chef Julius Jackson.
Welcome, my people, to another episode of Ask a Chef. I'm your host, Chef Julius Jackson, and we are back here at the beautiful Villa Hammertime. We had Hammertime. You can find Hammertime on vrbo.com. You can stay at this beautiful spot here in St. Thomas, USVI. Of course, you know who supplies us with all our awesome cookware? KLR, right here in the Virgin Islands. Y'all check them out on their website. KLR, thank you guys for being a part of Ask a Chef. Now, today, we're doing a very traditional Virgin Island dish, beef pate. So, I'm gonna get right into it. Now, we're gonna start with a nice hot pan. We're gonna start by browning our ground beef, just like so. We're gonna brown that, make it nice and cooked. Generally, you wanna kind of strain the beef, right? Strain the fat off of it, but not for the pate. Our tomato paste and everything's gonna merge and make a nice sauce with our beef, okay? So we're gonna cook this down, make it nice. I'll show you guys how this goes. Garlic, celery, pepper, red pepper, cook. You guys can see the beef is getting nice and brown. All right, now that our beef is halfway there, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Just a little bit of adobo, a little alcohol seasoning, and now some tomato paste. We're gonna put that all together. That's about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Mix that all up together. And of course, add a little heat to the kitchen. MR.TEMPO hot sauce. A little splash. That's gonna add a nice little depth of flavor. Perfect for this dish. Now that my beef is finished, you can see that my tomato paste is all mixed in there. We got a nice light sauce with our beef, and that's ready to fill our pâtés. So now I have some Johnny cake dough, and I'm gonna fill these, right? You don't wanna overfill it. So we go right to the center of the dough, just like that. And that's beautiful. That's perfect, just like that. Now we're gonna fold these both in half, just like so. Just like that. And we're gonna crimp them, right, with our fork. And just really press really nicely to close the ends right there so that it doesn't open on us. And you fry it nice and beautiful. All right, now time to fry the pâtés. Get a nice pot of hot oil. And now we're gonna drop these in. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Just like that. All right, so now our pâté is frying. One side is nice and golden. I'm gonna flip that and just fry the next side, just like so. So now we place our next pâté in here, nice and easy, nice and slow. So, beautifully done, beautifully fried. And now we have two beautiful pieces of pâté. I'm gonna cut one open for you guys to see the inside. Nice, beautiful miniature pâté to enjoy. Enjoy this if you're home or away from home. This will always remind me of home. And you guys can find this recipe in my Modern Caribbean Kitchen, in my cookbook. And remember, follow me on all my social media platforms. I can go and enjoy this beef pâté. See you next time. Peace.
Bold, fruity, and perfectly hot. The House of Tempo pepper sauce, available at Plaza Extra East and Seaside Market in Delhi. This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by Fly the Whale and the Fred Hotel.
Moving along, brother. All right, sauce number 7. We're back at Mr. Award-winning Alvin's, but this one a little different color. All right, similar recipe. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, similar recipe.
No, I know it.
Flavors.
I know it.
But it's the red. This the red sauce. Okay, so we moving up. Yeah, you got a whiff.
Yeah, I got a whiff.
Yes. Woo! I'm ready though. I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready,
Commission.
You gonna try it? Oh boy.
Yo, somebody come help.
I know this hot sauce, you know. I think I might gotta go to the milk after this one.
You might?
You might. We gonna find out.
Man, I see why you win these awards, man. It's
They're good.
such a good flavor. Papaya. Some garlic.
Nice.
You got like garlic.
Got a heat.
Yeah.
I think I should have got some flats, you know.
They build, yeah, the
Flats
flats.
that lighten the spice. But I think we did all right. This one I could feel on my lips. Like really tingling.
Johnny cake.
Eyes are starting to tear.
I seen it.
I just feel like 3 gray hairs came in.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm hanging. I'm hanging. I'm hanging.
I see you now. You hear. Okay. Next question. So Hot Ones features a
Look at it. Just had to make sure it was there.
yeah. You can lick the milk. You don't have to
Okay.
drink it.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Shout out to Cruise Rock. Hot Ones. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Hot One features a recurring segment called Explain That Gram, where we dive into our guest social media. Yes, and we need some posts that just need a little more explaining, a little more in depth, you know. So we just need to know what's going on. So we found you. You don't have a big gram Instagram presence, but we found you on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
So I have my Via device. The segment is brought to you by Via.
I like that.
Shout out Via, thank you guys. And so let me pull this up. This is a very a very unique opportunity. What's happened there?
Oh, yeah, that's me throwing out the first pitch at the Chicago Cubs game.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think that's one of the bucket list things when you go into, you have an opportunity to go out in front of 35,000 people.
Correct.
on Major League field and,
Yes.
and go at it. It's interesting because there were a lot of conversations. The governor did one at the Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox. Yes.
And I was in a quagmire, right?
Yes.
Do I throw a strike and make him look bad, or do I bounce it 5 times and make him look good? I keep my job. So I was trying to decide, figure out what I need to do.
All right, awesome. All right, let's move on. Next sauce. Right now, we are jumping into the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm.
So welcome to sauce number 8.
Mm-hmm.
This is made by Habanero in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
This sauce is made with 100% authentic Trinidadian scorpion pepper.
Oh yeah, let me spread out my wings so make sure the steam come out. They
Yes.
don't contaminate.
One of the highest peppers on the Scoville.
So what's your advice on this one?
Just go.
Just go.
That's my advice. Just go.
All right.
On the wing and on the board.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Let's do it.
Definitely different. He'd hit you right away.
Right away.
Right away.
That scorpion sting.
This one hit you.
But good flavor still though.
Mm.
Really well done sauce still. But she hot. She hot. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to throw away with a little force. I holding. Tearing, but holding. Tongue burning.
All right.
Nose running.
Okay.
Head beginning to throb,
Yeah.
but I holding.
Okay. I see you. All right. Next question. Although the USVI territory is part of the larger nation of the United States of America, the average American may not know how near we are, how close we are to them, or that a U.S. citizen don't even need a passport to be here. What are the Department of Tourism major strategies on closing that information gap?
These questions should have come before we get to this stage. But in all seriousness, I think one of the things that we, our department pushes hard to do is continue to share with people how easy it is to get to the territory, especially if you're a U.S. citizen. And for us, 90% plus of the market is from the U.S. citizens. So that's critical for us to get people in. This is a fact that most people don't know, that over 65% of United States citizens don't have a passport. The second thing that's pretty shocking to me when we speak on the road is how many people come up to us asking us or telling us they didn't know that you didn't need a passport to come to the territory. You're like, I didn't know that.
All the time. I get it all the time too.
And they didn't know. So every time we go out and we promote no passport necessary, and for us from the territory, we're like, well, why you need to tell people I didn't know? No, they don't. I mean, and I could tell you many a time I've flown through some of the largest, busiest airports on a direct flight to St. Thomas and into St. Croix, and they're like, you need a passport? And you're like, no, I don't. No, you need a passport. You can't get in there. You don't. And I'm like, trust me, I know. We don't need one. But and then we had times where we had to call management in.
Wow.
So that in itself tells us we need to keep promoting that message, and not only to potential visitors, but also to the airline executives. So we've had opportunities where we had to go to them and have them change things, not necessarily at the counter when you check in, but automation is happening all over. So many times you go in the kiosks. Certain airlines, and this was like 12 months ago, they wouldn't let you go to the next phase if you didn't swipe the passport. So we had to call them, we had to go through a bunch of stuff. Because for that's one of the advantages we have, right? Is you don't need a passport. We don't want to lose that and be like every other island that you have to have. So we continue to push that. I think the second thing that we always push as a destination is we are U.S. territory. So the U.S. dollar works.
Yes.
Your cell phones work.
Right.
Your credit cards work. If you happen to become ill, your health cards work in our healthcare system.
Moving right along, brother.
All right.
Sauce number 9. You see the name?
Heat stroke.
Heat stroke. Yes.
Hot one heat stroke.
This is made by Suyum. Same company that made David's.
David's
David's hot sauce. This is also made of Riri pepper, but they also have ghost pepper in here as well. And this is the only sauce on the board as well that has mango flavor. So it's hot, but it's also delicious. Yeah,
you look like a painter. You got a bunch of things that ain't nothing touch.
Oh, we're gonna touch this one for sure.
Okay.
All right, let's do the wing first. Right away. Yeah.
Woo!
You eating a whole wing still? You eating a whole wing still?
It's good. Cheers, God. I like the flavor.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I'm gonna give a little dabble it. Make it easy on my Johnny cake.
Okay.
It's good. I know what part of St. Thomas you're going. You balling over there.
My father said me the same thing. All right, mop it up. And then we're going to stuck it down.
Stuck it down.
Stuck it. Hold on.
Girl, stop running. I'm good. I'm good.
Why did I hit that direct, boy? Why did I do
I'm good.
Why did I do that?
I could taste it, and I think, and it's it hits you. I think the thing about this heat stroke one is if you could survive the initial hit, it doesn't carry long.
Front. Yeah, it's front.
So it's
end,
the front
yeah.
end. So you could do that, you're good. But it's good. It's good.
This man is impressive. The commish. The USVI Department of Tourism works hard to represent the best of the Virgin Islands' diverse culture and lifestyle. We, the Virgin Islands, are our strongest asset, of course. So let's put your VI-ness to the test. Tell me you're from the VI without saying you from the VI.
I think that there is, of course, the VI sign. That's out there. That's out there. Of course, there's the cut eye. The cut eye.
How you do it? What kind of cut eye that was?
That's a cut eye. Cut eye. Like it's.
That's what.
We are verbal people.
We are.
So we gotta say things with the action.
We are, yeah.
But
we are.
But I must live within the lane that you created for us.
Yeah. All right, I'll take the VI sign on the cut eye. I'll take it. All right. Also, we often list the Virgin Islands as the trio, right? St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix. But not everybody knows. Most of us know there is a fourth Virgin Island, of course, Water Island. Tell me a bit about the history of Water Island and how they kind of fit into the four and the cultural relevance it has to the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, what I can tell you is Water Island is our newest Virgin Island under the umbrella. And of course, there are many other islands around, Levango Key, Buck Island, St. Thomas, Buck Island, St. Croix.
Yes.
Numerous keys all around. And I think as somebody that grew up on St. Thomas, we always saw Water Island. And of course, the one right next to it, Hassel Island.
Hassel, yep.
But I think for the longest time, many of us didn't really appreciate and know of Water Island because it was mostly owned by the federal government.
Yes.
So even growing up, I don't think there were more than 3 or 4 times I ever went to Water Island, as close as it is to Crown Bay, right? You take a little ferry, you're right there.
Right there.
But I think now, since that it has become back under the territorial government oversight,
yes,
many of the properties were turned over, and people were able to buy them.
Yes.
And then they have the ferry that goes every hour from right in Crown Bay.
Yes.
I've been over there more often.
Yes.
And I think it's a wonderful small island. I don't even believe. I've taken a tour of the island a few times.
Yes.
And it's surprising how long it takes to go all around the island because there's like one road and different things when you move out to the little keys. Yes. But absolutely beautiful. It sits right in the middle of the harbor. you know, we used to tell people that when you make a vacation, make the trifecta, hit St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix. Now, if you can do 4 of them.
Right, that's even better.
That's even better.
Yeah, agreed. Right, I love to go over and take the tour, and I actually look at the bunkers. You know, there's some really old military bunkers there because they use it as a kind of a defense island before anybody come to the big island. Those are fun, a little scary. You go inside and you're like, can I get back out?
And now it's time for Did You Know with Gabrielle Carrard.
Did you know that in 1917, the United States purchased the Virgin Islands for $25 million in gold from Denmark? And before the Virgin Islands was known as the Virgin Islands, it was once referred to as the Danish West Indies. Although it's been 100 years since this initial transfer, much of the Danish influence in Virgin Islands culture has continued to remain. Main Streets is an excellent example of this, as the buildings and the roads reflect more of a European-styled architecture. You'll notice narrow roadways, the gingerbread trims, the archways and the doors. And many of the roofs in the downtown Charlotte-Amalie area still maintain that traditional Danish red color. On your next visit to St. Thomas, I invite you to explore our downtown Charlotte-Amalie area, but most specifically, I invite you to come to Main Street. This area offers a peer through the looking glass of Virgin Islands past, while also seeing the way that new influences and modernization has emerged.
This edition of Hot Ones Caribbean is brought to you by First Bank, Captain Morgan, and the USVI Economic Development Authority.
All right, number 10. Hellfire, hot sauce, doomed. I'm speechless. No, this sauce is very hot, very hot. They use a mix of hot peppers. There's some ghost, there's some habanero, there's some scorpion as well, and those are 3 very hot peppers. She hot. Yeah. So let's enjoy this together. Should we do a double dip? Should we do a double dip? Can I hear the crowd? Yes. Double dip.
We can double dip
on the chicken as well on the board.
We got Johnny cake. We got chocolate milk. We got chicken.
We ain't touched the milk yet, Gabby. If you ain't noticed, if you haven't noticed. I'm surprised you ain't touch your.
What did Killer Mike say? I ain't never scared.
I ain't never scared. All right, double dip in there. Whoa! Why am I doing this?
Which one have a different? You could taste it. They sound much like.
How can you talk?
You could taste the extract. This one put hair in your back. If you got this, you can put some hair in your back.
I don't have any hair on my back, but.
Mine have fun for you. You did, sir.
After today.
Good though.
Oh, that's the next one.
Yeah, that's the next one. I could taste this one here. I was just gonna tell Frederick Martin and invite me back, but after that one,
just lick the milk.
I might not make a hot one too.
Smell it.
Woo! I might gotta take some milk. Come on, Scott. Cheers. Chef, it look like I do better than you.
You did. Okay. You ready?
Julius, you want me to do the close them for you?
No, I got it. Okay, so last question.
Wait, I gotta make sure that I wait.
He's stalling.
No. I gotta make sure I mark it. Okay, we good.
All right. Our line producer said, booking you for this taping was the most challenging out of all our guests, because you've, of course, have the busiest schedule, the busiest person. Some Virgin Islanders often say you spend more time away than here in the territory. Will you share a bit about what's your thoughts on that, and when you're traveling, what you do, and what's the outlook of the future of tourism here?
Hot. USVI tourism is hot. we are rolling. I do spend a lot of time, as our team does, promoting the USVI. Like I mentioned, a lot of what we do is to take the messaging about and promoting the territory and why you should come to the territory. And you can't do it here. So we definitely go out and promote the territory across many different locations in the US, in the Caribbean, in Europe, to get travelers to come to the territory. But in that, we also meet with all our partners. So we meet with our cruise ship partners, we meet with our airline partners. Most of the time we have to go to them to have the conversation, unless they're making site visits to us. And then lastly, I think the competition is all around. So when we're on the road, all of the Minister of the Tourism, they're all up, because that's the job. And it's not just the Caribbean, it's in the United States. So visit Orlando, we see her everywhere. Visit New York City, we see the head, he's everywhere promoting. Of course, smaller destinations like visit Memphis, all of these they're around. And we see them out and we see them around. And in order to stay relevant and compete, you gotta be there.
You're right. Woo!
You feeling it?
Yeah, you're running a little bit there.
I know. Thank you.
Cause she had.
I will try. I'll try to hold on.
I got one more for you though. I got one more for you, because you're doing too easy. You're making this look too easy.
I think it's just because, remember there was a cartoon meme back in the day before they made the real memes?
Yeah.
There was one that said Joe Cool.
Joe Cool.
It's gonna be Joe Cool.
Joe Cool.
Even though inside hat, the mouse hat, I Joe Cool.
All right, one more last hot question for you. In conversations about the VI, you often focus on the beaches, the landscape, the great food, the hot spots, the people. But some say you hardly ever mention the other identifying pillar that is our cultural heritage. How do you respond to that?
Well, it's a two-part answer, right? So we do comprehensive brand studies almost every other year.
Okay.
And we do surveys all the time to understand why people choose to come to the territory. And over multiple studies, the number one reason consistently has been the beaches. So, of course, in order for people to experience the culture, they have to come to us first. So you gotta solve the equation and have them come to us first, and then they get to experience the culture and all the pieces. So for us, what we found is the culture is a complement to the overarching marketing program.
Okay.
And then when they get here, the culture is what brings them back the second time. So the culture and the people, but you got to get them here first. And the beaches is what brings them in first. And then they get to experience the people, the culinary scene, the culture itself. And that then has the word of mouth and the messaging to get the next set come back and the people to return.
Beautiful.
So there's definitely a method to the success.
Right. No, awesome. Well, Commish, Mr. Joe Cool, thank you so much for being here. You did an amazing job. You really hold your pepper.
Hold the pepper.
I see you.
I'm going to enjoy this little Johnny cake.
Yeah, a little more.
No, I'm good. I survived. I survived.
All right, man. Well, since you made it through all 10, traditionally here on the Hot Ones, you get 30 seconds to look right into that camera.
Okay, hold on. Let me catch myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 30 seconds, look right in that camera, tell the people what they can see from the department, maybe some partnership with Tempo, whatever is next for the USVI Department of Tourism.
Well, first off, I want to thank you, Julius, for being a wonderful host.
Thank you.
I think the conversation kept the mind off of the heat for most of it till we started to get into the action. I think secondly, I want to thank Frederick Morton, the Tempo team, for all they do, for bringing Hot Ones Caribbean Edition to the USVI first and foremost.
Yes.
Secondly, for staying committed. 18 years is a lot in any business, particularly in a business as competitive as content planning. And lastly, I want to thank our USVI Tourism and Division of Festival team. They continue to work closely with the tempos of the world to ensure that we have the right content out. So content that's relevant, content that's hot, content that people are going to subscribe to and want to visit the territory.
Right.
And then in the same breath, we're thankful to have the opportunity to work with Tempo that has a app that's coming out, getting ready to launch new content, not just on the USVI and Hot Ones Caribbean, but other things that we're looking forward to having further conversations with Frederick and his team about ways we can continue to partner. As mentioned, the foundation of Frederick Martin is right here in St. Croix. Clearly, the USVI brand wants to make sure, like we spoke earlier, of some of our ambassadors, that we support his vision.
Yes.
And clearly, it makes it easier to support the vision if the vision parlays returns for us in the USVI, not only in terms of visitors, but of course the visitor spend, which helps us all. So thank you, Tempo, USVI Festivals, of course, and of course the Department of Tourism. We look forward to 18 more years of Tempo at least, and you have a partner in the USVI Tourism Department.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Commissioner, thank you. Thank you for being here. You really you really handle this pepper sauce well. Actually, your new name now is the Commissioner of Pepper. The Commissioner of Pepper Sauce.
Tehran, give me some lyrics.
Yeah. What's some lyrics on it? Well, guys, this has been another episode of Season 3 Hot Ones USVI with your boy, Julius the Chef Jackson. See y'all on the next one. Peace.
Excellent. Well, so somebody is supposed to say cut.
Nah.
We were so excited.
Thank you.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell to get notifications for more things Tempo.